pompa. Okay. Hello gamers. Quick audio check, audio check. Jack. Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 15 of ILR5, where we are around the beautiful night circuit of Singapore, as T10 Sparshot just killed himself and left the session. That's good. That's what we want. I'm pretty sure that the session's broken, but I'll invite him back actually. What's his username? Let's check. It's T10 Sparshot. No fuck. So yeah, around Singapore for this very, very aesthetically pleasing circuit, and I'm not even gonna try and guess where in Singapore the Grand Prix is, because I not really Singapore geography is not really my strong point. But we now have alright. Oh, I need to get the telemetry and all up as well. That would probably be a good start. And fitted tires, yeah. Right, so quickly running on board with Kimster. Yeah, Damien Squid, who's further in the sector, as we have yellows in sector 3. I could assume it's for people getting out of the way, but it is Singapore after all. You never know, there could be an accident anywhere on the circuit. In my opinion, it's probably the hardest circuit to do on the F1 2019 game. Maybe Monaco, it could be a shout to be up there with it, but yeah. So Damien is on the hard compound tires as he kisses the barrier. I'm not sure if he did any damage, but I'm sure we'll find out by his lap time. But yeah, everyone seems to be on either the hards or the softs, apart from Scottish dude who's on the mediums. But yeah, it's only the start of the session, so we'll see as it goes along. I'm pretty sure this is the longest track on the calendar, the longest lap time anyway. I'm sure it's probably the longest race as well, even though they are all 50%. But I'm sure Singapore's probably still found a way to be the longest one. But as Damien comes round the final corner to set his first lap time, and it is 1:38.6. As I also missed Kane Robbo, who also set a time, as well as Kimster, Schumacher, and Jenkins goes provisional pole on the soft tires. So there'll be no option to start on mediums for him if he does start in the top 10. I don't think he'll improve the lap time on mediums, but he is a quick driver, so I wouldn't put it past him. But let's run through now. T10 Sparshot on an out lap. Dun Thunder has just done his first lap. I think it might have just been another installation lap to get used to the circuit. I'm sure a lot of people are going to do that. But yeah, he's currently last to the people who've done a lap. Dark Phoenix is the name. I'm not sure if he's missed a couple of races. Really don't know. But as Adam R sets his first lap time at 1:38.3, he's currently the quickest of the hard runners. It's never a good thing to run hard, but that's the story for another day. As we have Dun Thunders, I think, going for an hour lap. I'm not sure if is just an in lap or not. But we have Days Rhombus on a fast lap as Dun Thunder gets out of his way, so Dun Thunder's obviously not going for another fast lap. But we'll see what Days Rhombus can do. He's taking them few corners very nicely. Didn't see the start of sector 1 though, so I'm not sure. As Dark Phoenix gets out of his way, very nice, professionally done there. I'm sure you'll appreciate me saying that. But yeah, now on to sector 3. It's gonna but wide there, as there is a yellow in sector 2 and 3. Not sure what that's for. I'm assuming it's people getting out of the way, but I'm sure if there is an accident, it'll be said in the Twitter group chat for ILR5. But as I'm assuming you can probably tell, I'm by myself tonight. Tommy side's too good for me. I'm just up in ILR3, and that is not the case. He's covering because there's a lack of commentators. So wish Tommy the best in ILR3 tonight as Days Rhombus goes P5. But yeah, Tommy's a good lad. I love commentating with him. Hopefully commentate with him once again next race, wherever that may be. But that's AJH on a that's probably easier way to do it. Yeah, AJH on his first timed lap. He's on the hards, but it says soft, but it doesn't matter. Excuse me. But Spar Shot's also on his lap. He's further ahead, so I'll probably just run on board with him as he almost hits the wall. But it's not going to be a very competitive time, but he has said, as he is it got cut, or I don't know how you describe it, but the lap time didn't count basically, so he must have cut a corner or two in the lap. Invalidated, that's the word. There you go, Jack. See here, as Scottish dude is stopped on the circuit. Oh, I think I'm not sure, he might just be looking for clean air, but it's not a risky thing to do sitting there in Singapore of all places. Ooh, that didn't look very smooth at all, but I'm not sure if anyone has qualifying balance. I'm sure some of the lads like to listen to the stream, so I'm sure I'll be let know if there is a qualifying ban, as Gilbert is going very slowly. I'm assuming that's Unity Gilbert, who we haven't seen in a while. Don't know what happened to him, but hopefully he does. But I'm pretty sure he had some decent form at the start of the season, so it'd be good to see him gain that form back. As Adam R is up 4/10 in sector 1, but not really a challenge to Jenkins at the minute. It's been what, 6-7 minutes of the session passed. Jenkins is like the strongest so far, a second ahead of anyone else. Well, of course, because he's on the soft tire. Everyone else is running on the hards. But it'll be interesting to see the strategies. So everyone's on hard tires and Jenkins is on softs, because I'm sure you'll probably just do a classic 2012-13 Vettel and just boom, never to be seen again to the end of the race, as he will be on like probably a second quicker than everyone else at the start of the race. But only time will tell. As Adam R, always not the best sector 2. Don't think he's going to gain on that lap. I think Scottish dude's on his first. Yeah, he's on his first flying lap. So we'll run on board with him for this. You would expect him to be provisionally second, as he is on quicker tires than everyone else, but we will see. He does have to hold his nerve, as T10 Spar Shot goes P6 provisionally for 138.2. That's a 27.5 in the first sector for Scottish dude. And ooh, gear changes didn't sound the best, but everyone has their ways, and I'm sure Scottish dude will be hoping to get a solid lap here, as it will be his first time on the board. As there's now yellow in sector 3. Don't know what that's for. Probably people getting out of the way. But I think 2 people to look out for, as someone said a lap there. I think it was Schumacher. I'm not sure. I know it was Damien actually. It's up to P2. a 1:37.8. It's a good lap from Damien. As Scottish dude's actually coming up to some traffic, but that's Schumacher and he gets out of the way. But yeah, Schumacher and the Kimster, two reserve drivers who have only been in since last couple of races since Belgium. Both had fairly high point scoring positions in the race, so as Scottish dude aborts his lap. But that's I think it's fair to say it's not the quickest time from Gilbert. That's a 1:59.7. Hopefully that wasn't an attempt at a solid lap, or else he must be driving in rain. Because yeah, he's just the 23 seconds off pole position, but we'll leave it at that. But we will run on board with him as he is on a flying lap. Oh, he's 3.2 seconds up. I don't know if that's from the 1:59 or from Jenkins, but if he's up 3 seconds, he'll only be 20 seconds off Jenkins. So yeah, he'll be buzzing with that. But it looks like Dustin's on 4 laps on them tires. Surely that's not going to help his race. He's going to have to do 4 less laps on them tires. Won't be very fresh. But let's see Gilbert going around the final corner. It looks like a solid lap. It is a solid lap. Up 21 seconds up to 3rd. It's a brilliant lap from Gilbert. But Scottish dude Harland and Sereb all in the pits. I think, yeah, Sarah's actually coming out for her out lap. But I believe that's yes, Jenkins on a fast lap, trying to improve his time. But he's down 11 seconds, so I don't think he'll be improving it. Dustin's also down 9/10, so I don't think that'll be a challenge for pole. I'm not sure why everyone's in hards. It must be just good strategy, but then again, everyone outside of the top 10 can have their own strategy for the race, because they don't need to start in the tires they qualified on. So for AJ, for example, that'd be a good place to start, just to get some points, as he'll have brand new fresh tires, and it'll be a good advantage as Jenkins pulls into the pits. Not really much action on the track at the minute. I guess there's a couple of cars doing their out laps in Kane Rabo and Dun Thunder, who's not really known for his good qualifying, but always mixed up in the race, which is fair play to him. It's a bit Alonso-esque. Alonso was never known for good qualifying, but he just let his race and do the talking. But yeah, we'll run on board with Dun Thunder, why not? I think he's like 7th in the championship. I'll actually check that now, because I actually do have the standings this time, because I went on it and got it myself. But he's 6th in the championship actually. Yep, fair play. So yeah, we'll run on board with him, as I guess he's one of the front runners on the standings point of view. He takes that corner decently. I didn't check his sector one time, but we'll see how much he's up or down. He'll be hoping to be up on a few tenths or a second, a couple of seconds actually. Just another thing I want to point out: the happy Friday, everyone. You've made it through the week. Yeah, he's up 2 seconds, not bad at all. But happy Friday. It's been I'm sure it's been a tough week for some of you lot. So, just hope you have a nice race to cool off from hard week of schoolwork or work, as I like to call it. But be a good way to start off the weekend with a solid race around Singapore, which is not usually known for overtaking, but in ILR anything can happen basically. But let's see, this time from Dun Thunder, he's moved up a place, but then he gets put back down to 14th, so that's unlucky from Dun Thunder. As there's someone else doing a lap there. It was Kane Rabo. He's up to P12. He's on the mediums though, so you would expect a bit more from him there, but we'll see. As Sarah sets her first time, only 9 tenths off Dun Thunder's not a bad lap at all. I think Harland has a qualifying ban. I'm not sure because I haven't seen him out once, but we're all run on board with Scottish dude. At least he needs to get a lap time here. There's only like a minute 40 left of the session, so you'll definitely want to push for a competitive lap time if he and Sparshot want to essentially push for the Constructors' Championship, because that is between Williams and Alfa Romeo Cyber Alfa Romeo, just Alfa Romeo, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's between them. It's only 8 points between Alfa Romeo and Williams, and that is a provisional P2 for Sparshot, but I don't. He's not going to get another lap at it. Yeah, as he retires in the session, but Jenkins is, and I think it's fair to say I don't think anyone's going to be beating Jenkins today in qualifying anyway. But yeah, it's a 144 for Scottish dude. I think it's fair to say that Singapore isn't his strongest track by any measure, but he will beat Harlan K because he's not going to get out to complete a lap. But say nothing. Yeah, Jenkins up 2 tenths, so he just wants to, I guess, spit in everyone, show that he's still top dog around here despite a few unflattering results. But he wants to get his mojo and his form back, and this would be a great way to do it, and a great track to do it around Singapore, as it is a very hard track. It's one of the hardest tracks on the calendar, which I'm sure I've probably mentioned like 7 times, but I'll say it again. Whoa! Oh, he's gonna need to now. He's gonna need to get a move on because Damien has just done a 135.8 on the medium tires, but Jenkins is up 3 tenths. So this has become more exciting than I thought it was gonna be. But here we go. Looks like everyone seems to be on a lap at the minute except for Messi and Harland. But let's just run on board with Jenkins for the rest of the lap, and we'll see what everyone else does. As Jenkins comes across the line, and it is pole position for Jenkins once again in ILR5. That's a brilliant lap, to be fair. Well, he's gone up like a 1.5 seconds from his last lap. It was really good. If not, I think he's gone up way more than that, almost 2 seconds. Actually, no, 8 tenths. I'm stupid. Sorry. Yeah. But everyone else just finishing off. Dun Thunder's gone up a small bit. Still only 14th, unfortunately. Caden Robb was not going to improve his time. Kimster could. Schumacher could. Gilbert, I think he might be. Dustin, we'll wait and see. But it looks like Damien's got an hour lap, but no, he's 8 seconds off. As Adam goes 3rd. Dustin's up a 2nd. Ooh, this is really heating up. Gilbert's now down to 6th or 7th. He's up to 6th again after Schumacher takes P5 with a lap from Schumacher. This is a nice thing to say. Dustin stays. Dustin goes P2. Whew, what a lap. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your grid for Singapore. That rhymed. I'm important I don't know it. Actually, I do know it. There we go. Pole position for Jenkins. Almost forgot his name. Yeah, so let's run through the grid. So we've got Jenkins on pole, Dustin in 2nd, Damien and Adamar on the 2nd row, Sparshot and Schumacher on the 3rd row, Gilbert and Kimster in 7th and 8th, Scottish Dude in 9th, Dace Rombus in 10th, Joe Messi in 11th, Kane in 12th, AJ in 13th with his teammate in 14th in Dun Thunder, Dark Phoenix in 15th, and Sarah in 16th with Harland on 17th, who didn't do a lap, which I'm assuming he got a qualifying ban. But yeah, it just sort of heated up right at the end when everyone decided just to stick on mediums and just spice it up a bit, which I'm sure caught out a few people. as I have a drink, but I'm sure it was the plan to stick on mediums at the end, if in doubt. But we got 17 people on the grid. Yeah, Jack's not too pleased with his lap time, which is Spar Shot for people who don't know his first name. Yeah, he's not too pleased at all. Neither is Scottish dude. But here we go. Should be an interesting race, as all of them are. It's like ILR5 is just a lucky dip. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, most of the time it's excitement, but it's like Christmas every time a race. But well, of course, first we got the formation up. Got excited. Good opportunity to warm up your tires before the start of the race. If you don't do that and you get taken out, it's going to be a big disadvantage. Let's actually enable this again. Yeah. I guess a prediction for the race. I'm gonna predict that Jenkins comes away with the victory, as it is a much needed victory, and it would put him right back. I guess if a Spar Shot has said this is not his best track, it could put him back in the championship lead, which would be ideal for Jenkins. But yeah, Spar Shot's 7 points ahead. He's on 198 points, with Jenkins on 191, and then 70 odd points back down to Adam R, who starts in P4. He's on 125. And if you're interested, AMS Joel, who isn't here, on 121 and 4th, and then down to your the man who also sits on the front row in 5th with 108 points. And those are the 5 drivers on over 100 points so far this season, so well done to them 5. But I'm sure Spar Shot and Jenkins are gonna join the 200 club in little time. If not this race, next race. But only time will tell. So here we go. Oh yep, 31 laps of like what, 1 minute 40s. Oh my. I'm just trying to get up a calculator, but apparently it's the clock. Alright, so 3,100 seconds, that really helps me. Yeah, so we're looking at about a 51-minute race. I'm sure if there's some incidents it might go to 53, or if they get quick then it might be less, but here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights out, and away we go around Singapore. As a poor start for someone at the back there, but as a solid start from Dustin, who's going to dive down the inside as Jenkins keeps the lead momentarily, as Damien tries to get his neck in there as well. But it's a very clean start by the looks of things. I'm not sure, I didn't see the rest of the grid, but in the front runners section anyway, it was a solid start from everyone. Not really any positions gained, but I'll actually stick that on now. Yeah, only a few positions gained. Terrible start from Kane at the back, as Dustin and Damien are having a ding dong. Damien pushes him a bit wide there, but ultimately gets the position. That was fair. We have Adam R, who's now trying to get behind. A lot of overtakes in the midfield and at the rear of the grid. But yeah, that's a good start from Jenkins. Already got an 8/10 lead over Damien, who I'm sure Dustin's going to try and challenge again to get that position back, as he'll feel a bit hard done by, as he did get squeezed a bit. But it was hard racing, and hard racing will occur, as a yellow in sector 2, I'm not sure who that was for. I think it might have been Scottish dude, but it might have been for Sarah actually, I'm not too sure. but a nice ordinary queue from P2 down to what, P8, 9, 10, P9. Seems to be breaking off into two groups at the minute. But it's a superb first lap from Jenkins. And for Damien actually to get past Dustin. He's already got an 8/10 lead over. But still another lap until DRS is enabled. It was also a good start from Dark Phoenix up till 11th from 15th. As Joe Messi pits, I believe that's for front wing damage. Scottish Dude also gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which is hardly ideal at 2 laps into a Singapore Grand Prix and after needing a pit stop. So his afternoon, or his evening, has just gotten from bad to worse in the space of what, 15 seconds. Yeah, there's a bit of front wing there. On the inside of the corner was black, so I'm assuming it might have been from Joe Messi's Haas. As Damien touches the wall, I'm pretty sure Jenkins did the exact same thing. But yeah, Damien's trying to close in on Jenkins, try and maybe push for a move. Well, that's actually a nice camera angle. Yeah, it was very nice. I'm not sure where to look, to be honest with you. Sparse Shot's closing in on Adam R, as Jenkins is currently 15 points ahead of Sparse Shot. Well, he's going to gain 15 points on him, which will put him 8 points in the 8 points ahead in the championship, which Jack is going to do everything he can to stop that from happening. Yeah, as Sparse Shot, he's gotten very close there. Might try and go for a move down the inside of turn 1. We will see, as turn 1 is coming up right now. And he does pull to the inside. He does make a move, and he has made it stick. That's a very good move from T10 Sparse Shot to get P4 from Adam R. As we also look up ahead, as Damien is closing in on Jenkins with the use of DRS. I'm not sure if he'll make a move. Jenkins does do very well defensively by covering the inside, which is something everyone should know, and he's done it well, but not well enough, because Jenkins has been overtaken by Damien for the race lead, and Damien has had a very excellent first 3 laps, as he's gone from third to first. But Jenkins knows that he realistically needs to win this race to get back in the lead of the championship, because you can't physically close down a 7-point gap from first to second unless you get fastest lap, as there was a Dustin had a tank slapper there, almost lost his rear end, but did well to recover it. But now we got T10 on board with T10 Sparse Shot. He's closing in on Dustin, as he closed in on Adam the lap before, and he will have the use of DRS on the going into turn 1 if he does keep a below second gap, which I'm assuming he will. As we have a yellow in sector 2. Oh, as Joe Messi is retired from the session, as Jenkins makes a pit stop already. Them softs must have went off the cliff immediately. That, oof. I think he'll be regretting qualifying on softs then. He did get pole position, but there's no points for pole. Unfortunately, this isn't Formula E. And speaking of Formula E, a solid race today. Big up Stoffel Van Dorn. But back into ILR, we actually have Schumacher's closing in on Adam R, who's shown a lot of pace in the last couple of races. As Sparse Shot looked like he was making a move there. He might have done, but wasn't close enough apparently. Yeah, we've got our first retirement of the day in Joe Messi. I'd like to know what happened to him. Yeah. Forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Sparse Shot still closing in on Dustin is a nice one of the straightest parts of the track here. Unfortunately, no DRS assistance, but it is make or break. Well, Sparse Shot, not really. He's at this rate, Jenkins isn't going to score any points, but everyone else still has to make at least one stop, and Jenkins did show a lot of pace at the start of the race. There's another bit of rhyming for you, kids. Kids? Yeah, yes. No, I'm not going to speak. Well, I'm not going to follow up on that. But closest gap at the minute seems to be Schumacher on Adam R. He's going to have DRS going into turn 1. As well Sparshot on Dustin, but Schumacher seems to be closer at the minute. He is closing in quite a big margin, but not enough to even think about a move there on Adam, as Adam does go a small bit deep into the corner. But it's going to be a good opportunity here. No, but he will have DRS once again, and he is closer behind to Adam than going into turn 1. As a brave move from Schumacher, and he's made it stick. That's a very good move with the assistance of DRS, and Schumacher is now into P4 from P6 on the grid. As we look back to Kimster in P7, currently trying to overtake Gilbert. He couldn't do the same thing as that Schumacher did in the same spot. Seemed like a similar distance as well, but apart from Adam to Schumacher and Gilbert to Kimster, there's not really many gaps. Well, of course, Sparshot to Dustin as well. But I think Sparshot's basically cruising at the minute. Doesn't really need to do much. Essentially just needs to finish in the top 3 just to gain a healthy gap, or extend the gap to Jenkins. But Jenkins's tires fell off the cliff way quicker than I imagined they would. But yes, 3 tasty battles going on at the minute, as Damien has got broken out of the DRS from Dustin, so Dustin's gonna have his work cut out with Sparshot behind and having to close in on Damien in front. As we have a yellow in sector 2 again. I'm not sure who that was for. It might have been Sarah, actually. I'm not sure. I just seen Sarah lost the position. As Kimster gets past Gilbert, going into turn 1, I'm assuming that's with DRS, but yeah, from the 2 drivers I mentioned at the start of the race, both proving me right, making some good positions with a good qualifying. But as Sparshot dives down the inside on Dustin, and Sparshot now has P2 and can push towards Damien and try and fight for the lead, as he has done plenty of times in his ILR5 career. I believe this is his first season, don't quote me on that. But Days Rhombus has managed to close in, as Kane Robbo gets a 3-second time penalty on the fight between Gilbert and Kimster. But more importantly, sorry, I just can't speak English today, as Sarah's changing her front wing. Unfortunate for Sarah, she seemed to have a good start. Let's see, yeah, Dustin still closing in. Days Rhombus is closing in. Gilbert seems to be a 3-man fight for P6 at the minute, as Dun Thunder and AJ have good starts, which is just the usual. Up 4 positions each into the points. Dark Phoenix just up 4 positions, just 1 place off the points as well. So he'll definitely be hoping for some chaos to happen in front so he could sneak in. But Sparshot is now within DRS range of the race leader Damien, which he will have in the next straight. I'm not sure if it is straight, but yeah, I guess it's straight enough to be straight. Well, it's not gay, is it? Sorry. Yeah, so he is going to close in a bit here, as will Salziger Dustin on Sparshot, but he's now only 6/10 behind, as Kimster has broken the DRS range. Well, actually, no, he didn't. Gilbert did have DRS there, as did Days Rhombus, who's caught up right up to the back of Gilbert, as has Sparshot to Dustin. Sorry if my English just gets a bit stupid. I've got a sore head, which I'm trying to cope with at the minute, but it's not going to stop me from commentating these next 24 laps of the race. Wish me luck. Yeah, so Sparshot now clues up right on the back of Damien. Seems to be that Sparshot didn't know what he was doing in qualifying, I guess. He used to start P5. It's not usual for Sparshot at this stage. He is in his purple patch. But he will have DRS on Damien and is close enough behind to maybe think about a move. No, he's not, but another DRS zone coming up as Kane Robbo is out of the Grand Prix. Ooh, he's hit the wall. That's nasty. Let's see if the game wasn't broken, that'd be a safety car, but you know, that's what it is. But Sparshot now switches to the outside and makes a move. He's still around the outside. This is but side by side for about 2 corners. He gets squeezed there. Ooh, that looked a bit nasty, but I'm sure it'll just go down as a racing incident. But Dustin has closed up right now. It's a 3-horse battle for the lead of the race as Gilbert makes a move on Dark Phoenix, or Dark Phoenix came out of the pits, either one of them. But Sparshot is going to try and make another move. This is just also helping IRL Schumacher on closing in, or ILR. Is it ILR? Oh, IRL Schumacher, yeah. But this is ILR recently. I'm getting confused. So yeah, Sparshot still right behind Damien, and Dustin's still right behind Sparshot. Seems to be the only actual gap at the minute. Everything else is above 1.5 seconds. Excuse me. But yeah, Gilbert pit from P8, I believe. P7. Yeah, P7. Excuse me. As Adam R pulls into the pits. As we have another yellow in sector 2. I just can't not stop. I've got hiccups now. It's going from bad to worse, boys. But, well, for me anyway. As Jenkins gets past Adam is in the pit lane. But Sparshot goes down. Thinks about going down the inside. Didn't get the move done. Oh, I am very warm. As it is, as they say, heating up in this one. Very much so in this Grand Prix. As Phoenix, Dark Phoenix is out of the race. Actually, nah, sorry. Sarah, but you're a bit too far behind from the incident. But we go back on board with the battle for the lead. Yes, Sparshot's still up 4 to 5 tenth gap behind Damien. And Sarah's just gone past the incident. Oh, I was around that section, okay. Now we look on board to Sparshot once again. He's only 28 tenths. 28 tenths, 2 tenths, sorry. As he pulls into the pits. And that is Sparshot out of the race for the lead at the minute. But it will be interesting to see where he comes out in terms of in front of Jenkins or not. But I think Jenkins will actually, yes, Jenkins will go back ahead of Sparshot. Yeah. Jenkins has made up a lot of time, but I think he will have to pit again though. But that's put Schumacher into a net P3. Well, not a net P3, currently in P3 on the track. And Kimster in P4. Now Dustin is now fighting for the lead between Damien and Dustin. Oh god, I feel like I'm drunk with this headache. It's just making me slur my speech. I feel like I'm having a stroke. Hopefully not though. Wouldn't wish a stroke on anyone. But yeah, nothing really to talk about at the minute. Guess the strategies will come into play. It'll be interesting to see who blinks first between Damien and Dustin. This is the struggles of a solo commentary. If I had someone else with me, they could just take over whenever I'm about to die, but I have to go by myself. And Dustin is looking for an undercut on Damien. That's very interesting. As we go to Diaz Rhombus, who's only 8 attempts behind the Kimster, which puts Kimster into the podium places, well, for now. But it does also put AJ in P5. He is on the hard tire, so he can bring that McLaren a decent distance. The same can be said about Dun Thunder. But Diaz Rhombus now, he's got DRS. He looks to the outside of the Kimster and has gotten past and is now in P3. So that's a good move there from the Diaz Rhombus. But we now look down to Adam R, who's right behind Dustin. Not sure what position this is for, well, after everyone pits, but I'm assuming it will be top 4, top 5. But this is also really the only gap except for Kimster and Rhombus. But if that gets really close, I'll probably switch back as we have a yellow in sectors 2 and 3. I have not a clue who that was for, but yeah, no clue at all. I think I might have went from Sarah actually, but I can't be sure. So we go back down to Adam and Dustin, as Damien pits from the lead. Oh, and that's AJ in the wall. Oh, that's unfortunate. But Jenkins is going to get back the race lead. Very nicely done. As the Kimster also pits for the hard tires. But we got Spar Shot behind Dun Thunder. And now Dun Thunder is behind Spar Shot as AJ is disqualified, I'm assuming just for stopping. Yeah, that's unfortunate from AJ. He'd had a good start to the race. He was on the hard tires on a good strategy, but that's him gone now. And Dun Thunder's gonna have to bring home the bacon for the McLaren F1 team and get a good haul of points, hopefully, for them, which she is no a stranger to doing. No gaps at the minute. Nothing really to look at. Only really looking at battle between Adam and Dustin, but there we go. There's a gap. It's opened nicely. Now the attempts between Dustin, who is on fresh hards, compared to Dun Thunder, who is on a 12 lap old hards, and probably like 13 or 14 if he did qualifying on them as well. Actually, never mind, they are fresh as well, as he did start P14. Well, they're 12 lap old. Not really going to be that fresh, as Schumacher does pit from the race lead. Dustin in P6 behind, or P5 behind Dun Thunder. I thought he was going to look for a move, but he wasn't close enough. But actually, hold on a second. I'm going to stick on my glasses, see if that helps my head at the minute, because it is not in a good place. It is very sore. Right, the glasses have been stuck on. It does look a bit foggy out of them, but if it does help my head, it will do. As Adam R gets past Dumb Thunder for P5. Which Dustin did a lap or so before. Yellow in sector 2. I'm not sure who that's for. It's for Sarah, I believe. Yeah. I don't know. But we are in lap 13 and Kempster now, only less than a second behind Damien. Damien, who was in the lead for a good while. I'm not sure what happened to Damien actually, because Sparshot's now found his way in P2, and he was behind Damien. I'm not sure. Is Sparshot in P2 or is that a visual glitch? I'm not sure at all. No, I don't know. I'm sure I'll find out after the race, but I'm not sure where that came from, because if he was in that position, I'm sure he'd be ahead of Diaz Rhombus, but he did pit before Damien, unless Damien's missed out massively. Well, actually, he is behind Schumacher in Schumacher's pits, so something must have happened to Damien, unfortunately. He was in a good position at one point. He was in the race lead at one point. But the only DRS gap at the minute is... Well, Jenkins has lost out as well. What's going on? I may ask the group chat. Well, nothing's been said. But I must have missed something when I went to put on my glasses, because unless, oh no, Jenkins pit again, I think. Yes, Jenkins made a second stop, as Harland is also making his second stop of the race. As just onto this text, as Schumacher closes in on Dumb Thunder. Schumacher has pit, Dumb Thunder has not. As Harland actually DNFs after pitting. That's unfortunate. He was doing solid. So both the Mercedes have now... Dumb Thunder is... I think he might have collided with Schumacher. I'm not sure. But it's all going on. Excuse me. It's all going on at the minute in ILR, as we are halfway through the race. Woohoo, says my head. But yeah, Dumb Thunder makes a stop. Not sure if he will replace the front wing, but we will see in due time. Yeah, he obviously crashed with someone then. But Sparshot's now tenths behind Diaz Rhombus for the race lead, I think. Well, the current race lead, because I'm not sure if someone just hasn't pit or something, but we'll just, I'll say things how I see it. As Damien is now closed in 5 tenths on Gilbert, but Sparshot even closer to Diaz Rhombus. And yeah, the glasses actually have helped, to be fair. Sparshot closing in very nicely on Diaz Rhombus as Damien gets past Gilbert before, not sure where that is, but Sparshot now has DRS and is 2 tenths behind Rhombus. And he nudges him on my screen anyway. He's nudged him. I'm not sure if that's just desync or lag or something, but there's definitely contact there on my screen anyway. But he will have DRS and he will pull to the outside and past Diaz Rhombus for the race lead. How do you like them apples, Diaz Rhombus? Which I'm assuming Sparshot would say. He probably wouldn't say it. But I don't really fancy comment or looking at Gilbert at the minute because his car's lagging all over the place, and if anything, I was just gonna put a bullet through my head metaphorically, as Diaz Rhombus just cut the corner there a bit. Nothing really to talk about at the minute, but Sparshot I think has been the best driver of the first half of the race so far. Oh, that's a nice angle. Ooh. But yeah, Sparshot's been the best driver so far of the first half of the race. But unfortunately for him, 50% race doesn't end at lap 17, so he will have to do more. So there's more work for him to do as IRL Schumacher, 4 tenths behind, 3 tenths now behind Adamar as he closes in the gap. Not close enough though, as we have a yellow in sector 2 once again. But Schumacher will have DRS now to try and assist an overtake on Adamar. He activates it. He's closing in. Adam hasn't covered the inside line, and Schumacher will go through and has taken P4. Unless Adam has anything to say about it. No, he's been shut up. Apparently this is a library. He's not allowed to reply to that at the minute anyway. That's impressive so far from IRL Schumacher. But Diaz Rhombus, I should point out, hasn't stopped yet. And I believe Schumacher might have to stop again, as he is on the mediums. As Sarah pits again. That'll be her second stop of the race. She just has stopped. Now 1 lap down, unfortunately. As Dustin now is closed in on Diaz Rhombus. He's now 5 tenths behind as Diaz Rhombus does pull into the pits, which does give Dustin back P2 from the start of the race. Not really any gaps at all, except for in my teeth at the minute. Get the London look and all that. But Jenkins has retired. What? Where's that happened then? Right, Jenkins has retired. I'm not sure if he'll even come up to his car in time with Dumb Thunder, as he is quite a long bit behind. Oh, he must have crashed there. But that's gonna work very nicely for Sparshot, who will be guaranteed the championship lead no matter what he does for the end of this race, as he will be 7 points clear automatically. And also that'll be good news for Williams, as Scottish Dude is now in the points, and that will be another 26 points for Williams. Well, 27 unless one of them gets the fastest lap, which IRL Schumacher has at the minute. But yeah, not really many gaps. Pretty sure Jack's listening, so Jack, whenever you hear this, wave on the next bit of straight that you have. I'm assuming that the second DRS zone. Just wave your steering wheel. That'll be pretty exciting. You gotta warm up them tires. But we do have 11 laps to go. What was a bit of waving there? I don't know. Don't know at all. Yeah, Sarah's 3 minutes 41 behind Jenkins, so, but I'm sure she'll be hoping for another retirement so she can get another point, which would be good news for her and for Red Bull. Ooh, that didn't look the best entry for that corner, Jack. Ooh. But as we look at gaps, Damien's now 1.7 seconds behind Adam. 1.6 even. You'd love to close down that gap into the DRS range. As Scottish Dude pits again. I mean, I guess you could. He probably does have a 3 pit stop advantage over Sir, with all due respect, and he does have a time penalty to serve. I guess if he just sticks on the softs, he can just go for the fastest lap of the race, which would be an extra point for him and for Williams. Yeah, we are on board with Sparshot, our race leader, as Days Rompus sets the next fastest lap of the evening. I'm just gonna stop saying evening now. I'm sure some of you football fans will get the reference. As Damien is in 5th, 4 tenths behind Adam. Sarah now up into P11 past Jenkins's car. I crashed a few laps ago. But Damien would love to get past Adam here and get P4 back and put. I don't even know why I'm yawning anymore. I'm not even tired. But Damien now 3 tenths behind Adam. Yes, as I was saying, he'd love to get past Adam and try and push for a podium. Well, not another podium. I think he's got podiums this season, which I might as well check. Yes, he has. He's got 2 podiums, Italy and Great Britain. He won Great Britain and came second in Italy, so he'd like to get back-to-back podiums as Diaz Rhombus gets past the Kimster, who sort of dropped off since switching to the hard tyres. Which, from experience, I know that the hard tyres are not the easiest compound to use. Damien makes a move on Adam. Adam is fighting back, and yeah, Damien has got the job done there. Yeah, Kimster obviously like to get back past and continue his high point scoring. But there's really the only two gaps at the minute. Nothing really to look at. Guess we could probably just stay on board with Adam. I don't know, folks. Guess this is sort of the period of the race where it starts to get a bit dead. I'm seeing more 5-second gaps and ones at the minute, so there's no gaps really below. There's no gaps below a second and a half. So if I had a cope commentator, I'd probably just start playing I Spy, but I don't have one. So I guess all I could really look at is Adam R's driving. No, it'd be really funny if it just started raining right now and throw a spanner in everyone's works. It'll probably spice up the race as well. Probably wouldn't, but yeah, anything. But I'm not gonna take it away from the first 18 laps or so where jam-packed with action as they usually are. But this is sort of where it starts getting dull. Well, I guess Diaz Rhombus has caught up to Gilbert, so there will be some action as Gilbert is just lagging all over the place on his potato Wi-Fi. Diaz will like to get past him as soon as possible. I'm sure that wouldn't help your eyesight seeing. Is that someone in the wall? That's a Scottish dude. Yeah. As we go back on board with Diaz Rhombus. We will have DRS on Gilbert. He switches to the inside. And straightforward move there for Diaz Rhombus. It's been a good evening of racing for him this round. So fair play to him. I'm sure Kimster would like to catch up and get P7 off Gilbert. He hasn't been slow, but he hasn't really been anywhere. He's just been in a race of his own at the minute. I would go on board with Kimster, but he's got more lag than David Croft when he arrives in Australia for the start of the F1 season. That's a jet lag, Luke. What? A jet lag joke for people who don't know. I can't speak English anymore, so. As Dunthunder pits for soft tires. I'm assuming that's just to try and get fastest lap, as I guess he was about 20 odd seconds, 30 seconds behind. He's now coming to get lapped by Dustin, or it's not. It's Sarah. As IRL Schumacher pits from P3, I believe. But he will be on the softs. That's a fresh pair of boots on for Schumacher. A spar shot has crashed. He's binned it from the lead, and spar shot's out of the race. Absolute scenes. The two championship leaders have both crashed out of the Singapore Grand Prix. Oh my god. It's all going on today. I wasn't yeah, there goes Sparshot. Like, he's still gonna be 7 points clear of Jenkins, but I'm sure he would have loved 32 points gap. But that's just gonna mean Kempster will increase the lead for Alfa Romeo. And it will also mean that Sarah will get her second points of the season. So fair play to Sarah. Don't really know what to look at now. There's that burst of excitement, and then I guess that's gonna be it for the rest of the race. But Schumacher will probably close in on Kempster, I'd imagine, as he does have them fresh pair of gutties on. I will keep an eye on fastest lap. And it's currently held by Days Rhombus. But spar shot. All you had to do was keep it out of the walls, and you couldn't do that. Yeah, he's just commented a few no's in the group chat, and a few words beginning with F that rhyme with truck. Yeah. Yeah, he's not pleased at all. He's not a happy bunny, to say the least. Yeah, as I was saying, Schumacher with his fresh pair of gutties on, so I closed in 3 seconds on Kempster. Yep, Schumacher now 2.9 seconds behind Kempster, which will, to be fair, that will reduce the deficit of points scored by Alfa Romeo, which will be good news for Williams. As Jax actually said, he needs a break from league racing. He cannot take it anymore. Those are the words of championship leader Sparshot, who has won the last 50 races and has only crashed out of this one. But I guess that is his way of saying that's the end of his purple patch, and he's going to lose the league to Jenkins. Nah, I'm joking, but he will need to get his form back straight after this. This was Jenkins' race to get his form back, and he crashed. This was also Sparshot's opportunity to extend the league, the lead in the league. It's a mind boggler, but no, he couldn't do it either. But it seemed to be a race for drivers to keep their nose clean, and Dustin did that, as Sarah is now in a points paying position. So well done to Sarah. Now up 6 positions, as Dustin puts in the chat, Jack, WTF. It's multitasker or Dustin. No one else like it. But I don't think he would complain, like, because I think he's just been handed a race win, unless he also battles an 8-second lead. As Schumacher is now right on the tail of Kempster. The 2 drivers I said to look out for at the start of the race are now scrapping for P5, as Schumacher does make a dive, and that's a very good dive on Kempster, who, to be fair to him, was on 16 lap old hards, so there wasn't really much of a fight there. More of a mugging, I guess. Well, a friendly mugging, if that's even a thing. But Diaz Rhombus now closing in on Adam, who's on 19 lap old hards, as we have another yellow flag, and I'm not sure what that was for. Might have been for Dumb Thunder, I'm not sure. Well, he just came out of the pit, so it probably wasn't. Okay. Yeah, Jack obviously gutted. Could have had, all jokes aside, that was his chance to give a 32-point lead in the championship with, what, 6 races remaining. He would have been in a prime position, but unfortunately he couldn't make it happen. But I guess the only words of advice I could give to him is just gotta pick yourself back up and get straight back into it next week. It's already happened. You're just gonna have to move on and not let it take down your confidence. Yeah, that's basically all I can really say. You still have to challenge for that constructors as well, which is wide open. But you just gotta take it on the chin at the end of the day. But we also 2 laps remaining, 3 laps. We got Diaz Rhombus closed in now on Adam, who's had a really good strategy pit lap 9. He's made it work, and he could potentially make it work for a podium, but we will see as Diaz Rhombus has caught up a big margin in the last few laps. Yeah, I'm just gonna check here. So we got Diaz Rhombus. Yeah, he's done 2 races so far. He finished 9th, as that's Sarah getting out of the way. Finished 9th in Belgium, and he DNF'd Italy. So if he does, this would be his best points position, but I don't think he'll care much about that. I think he'd care more about catching up and getting that last place on the podium, because I think it's fair to say Adam's tires will basically have fallen off the cliff by the time he gets caught up too. Now only just 2.4 seconds gap. Schumacher actually is catching up to Rhombus quite a bit, but seems to be that the exciting battles that we were hoping for around 8 laps ago. As Dustin starts the last lap of the Grand Prix, these battles only seem to have started. 8 laps too late. Because it would have been a good battle to see Rhombus and Schumacher fight it out for P4, potentially a podium. But it does actually look like Schumacher will catch up to Rhombus. He's now 1.8 seconds behind. But the only real overtaking places after next corner was a place further up the further on in the lap, but there's no DRS, so this is the last place for DRS. But he will, I'm sure Schumacher will do his best. He did overtake Kempster without DRS, to be fair to him. But I guess we'll just go on board with Dustin. This would be his. Ooh. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to curse him. Don't want to curse him at all. But Salziger Dustin round the last corner of the race to win the Singapore Grand Prix and to take his first win of the season in ILR, and also that's also his fourth podium. And Dustin also takes his back-to-back podiums and his third podium of the season. And a few seconds back to Adamar to take P3, and actually to close in the gap to Jenkins and Sparshot, as Schumacher finishes 4th, with Diaz Ramos in 5th, Kempster in 6th. Schumacher, that's his joint best position in P4. He did that in Belgium. That's Kempster's best finish, 8th in Belgium and 7th in Italy. Done one better in Singapore with 6th, as he boots Schumacher in the back. But now we're just waiting for Scottish Dude to finish, and that will be the end of the race, as he is doing his waving. I'm sure this is not his best track, but he's got 2 points out of it, and Scottish Dude finishes in P9. Whew. That was a eventful race, to say the least. It had its moments, but also had its dry patches, as all races do. But big congratulations to Dustin today to win his first race of the season in ILR. A big congratulations to him, and Damien as well, to get his third podium of the season, and for, of course, Adam to get another podium, another trophy to bring back, as he has had his fair share of podiums this season. Actually, in fact, in his last 6 finishes, including this one, he's finished on the podium. That's his 7th podium of the season. So yeah, driver of the day. That's a tough one. But yeah, I think I'll give it to Dustin for his first win of the season. Excuse me. Yeah, so congratulations to Dustin on your first win. Hopefully your first of many. Yeah, for that you're getting driver of the day. So I have been Captain Carol 4, and this has been ILR5 around Singapore. Hope everyone who has watched this has enjoyed it as much as I have, despite having a sore head, but it sort of went away now, so I'm not as bad. But yeah, actually check, I don't know what's the next race. It's Russia. So I will see you at Russia next week.